fucking rain. Strange, isn't it? This guy's trying to get some money here, man. Totally like oblivious that I'm riding up. Let's see.
About 100% of GDP, which we are way over when you factor in entitlements, way over. Folks, growth just grinds to a halt. We have got to fix this. It is not an issue for tomorrow, stupid kick the can down the road, whatever. It's an issue for now. There's only power in now. We've got to do it now.
Yes.
And this is one of the reasons you're seeing some folks in the media try to draw divisions and cleave a big division between President Trump and Elon. I'm telling you, I know this from friends of mine in the administration. It is not going to happen. These guys respect each other. All of your articles out there, President Elon trying to get into President Trump's head, they are absolutely falling on deaf ears. How many times is he going to have to relitigate this, his support for what Elon's doing, before you realize it's a dead end? We know what you're doing. V3, Trump with the cabinet. Check this out.
President Trump put out a Truth Social today saying that everybody in the cabinet was happy with you. I just wondered if you had heard otherwise, and if you had heard anything about members of the cabinet who weren't happy with the way things were going, and if so, what are you doing to address those any dissatisfaction?
Let the cabinet speak just for a second. Are you ready? I have to say it. If you are, we'll throw them out here. A lot of respect for Elon that he's doing this. Some disagree a little bit, but I will tell you, for the most part, I think everyone's not only happy they're thrilled.
So I'm just taking a note here. He's like, I think you should. He says you need to talk about something like Star Wars. He's been here the longest. He's got seniority. So I feel like even I work for you at this point. I'm like, I better say that. Do you get the point there? You see what they're doing now? What is my kind of golden rule of left-wing media analysis of things? Be careful and learn the distinction between being told a story and the story. A story you're being told is President Elon is taking over the cabinet. Now when they're moving on to the cabinet, President Trump is in danger. They're trying to play into everybody's ego. The cabinet, you guys have no authority. Elon's taking it from you. You see what they're trying to do? The story is quite different. He has President Trump's back. These cabinet officials understand Elon's not in charge, President Trump is, but Elon considers himself kind of like tech support, and the president, as the executive, has the power to do this. Biden and Obama have always appointed advisors. There's nothing new here. I want you to understand that. You're being told a story. Now they're moving on to the cabinet, trying to get cabinet officials to leak behind the scenes. It's not going to happen. We don't like Elon. In charge of this fake WWE. It's not going to happen. It's the tipping point. That's where we are right now. I'm not trying to scare you, provoke anxiety, because panic, you don't want to, the bed, it rhymes with hit. That's no good. Never do that. Don't panic. But knowledge is power. We are at the tipping point now. We could be looking at a really dangerous scenario if we don't get this under control. Elon's a smart guy. Guy sends rockets into space, catches them with those chopsticks things on the way back. He reinvented the car market. He's not dumb. He understands the simple math of this. Here he is, V4. Elon's still talking about his goal. He wants to stop the country from going bankrupt. This isn't hard. Check this out.
The overall goal here with the Doge team is to help address the enormous deficit. We simply cannot sustain as a country $2 trillion deficits. The interest rates, just the interest on the national debt, now exceeds the Defense Department spending. We spend a lot on the Defense Department, but we're spending over $1 trillion on interest. If this continues, the country will become de facto bankrupt. It's not an optional thing; it is an essential thing. That's the reason I'm here.
I do it every time because I've only got a couple weeks left with you guys before I engage in this new mission here. Do you guys hate these economic segments? Yeah, let's read it. No, let's make it easy. Okay. Yes, you like them. So, yes is usually so. Why or yes or no? I hate them because I've got 2 weeks left, and I'm really fascinated by.
Guys, I love it all, guys. I love hearing that we're about to save some money. What you're about to hear next, guys, is even more changes coming to put more money back into Americans' pockets, and I love it. I love it. If you love it, click that thumbs up like button, guys. Thank you so much for your support.
This stuff because, and the only reason I'm fascinated by it is the answers are so easy. The implementation is hard. I understand getting the media and Congress to act and bureaucrats and lobbyists to act because they're all feeding from the government trough. I understand that that's hard. I get, wow, man, this chat is like, Chris at Rumble tells me we melt the chat like no one else. Okay, good. Wow, good. Thank you. The answer is so simple. It is actually this simple. Notice I didn't use the hate. It is actually this simple. Just stop spending a lot of money. That's it.
They don't know how to, guys. And again, too, what is the most important thing? It's that we're looking at Trump and Elon who want to put, guys, this is New York Post, guys. This is really reputable. We've got a new bill about to be put on the Congress floor that is going to be to make it law that all the 20% of Doge savings, all that's going to be given back to the taxpayers, back to our hard-earned, dollars where we make that money, and then we're taxed like crazy. But this is beautiful, guys. I love it. C24 McD, let's go. Say go. Your life news. Y'all show C24 McD some love in the chat, guys. That's awesome. But this right here, guys, what this does is this just shows you where the priorities are at. It's not just about going into government and fixing it. It's not just about going in, but it's about going back to we the people, putting us as priority, making sure that we get our hard-earned tax dollars and we stop getting screwed over by not only other countries with tariffs, which we're about to hear next, but by our own politicians, by our own judges. Like the judges and everybody are fighting so hard, guys, to keep Doge from finding savings. Why? They want to keep spending our money. They don't want us to have it. That's why Trump's putting tariffs. Guys, believe this. It came out today. Trump announces the gold card. They've already got 200,000 applicants, which is $1 trillion in revenue that the United States can make to pay down the debt in one day, everybody. That's why Trump said we're going to make money in all kinds of ways. That's what a businessman does. Listen to this.
President
President Trump said, hey, unless Mexico steps up to the plate, the 25% tariffs are going in, and he's not happy where discussions with Canada are going. Any thoughts on that, sir?
Yeah, no, you're right. And, I think that he's playing, once again, leadership. He's not threatening. He's just saying, hey, look, this is what's going to happen. And also, you can add 10% on top of that, Steve, to China. He can impose an additional 10% of already the 10% on China. So I do want to make a mention. Zelensky will be here tomorrow, so that should be interesting. We'll see, as he comes at the end of the week, does he sign the minerals deal? Did we get that done? What do the talks look like after today when he leaves? So much at this White House. So much going on.
I hope, Brian, you know the president pretty well. He's a great deal guy. He says, hey, he lives for deals. He's done deals all his life. I hope a conditioned precedent for Zelensky being allowed in the United States is that the deal is either signed or going to be signed. I hope it's no happy talk, and he's going to try to pull, which he's already trying to pull, a bunch of other conditions. But I think Zelensky's here, should consider himself be lucky to be here, as we're no fan. And I would consider tomorrow he signs this deal. It's ritual humiliation, let's say. Brian, so Sir Keir shows up right after noon. Real America's Voice will be covering it live. As you know, we wait for the dignitaries to show up on the West Wing. There'll be a color guard. Sir Keir will be there. It looks like 12:20. Some sort of bilateral meeting called a bilat in the Oval Office. I'm sure the president will make time for a press avail today. Brian, if you're in there, I know you'll toss a question. Then later at 2 o'clock, there'll be a joint press conference. So this is a relatively short meeting as they've got it. I think the president, I'm not saying he's doing this out of courtesy, but he's kind of heard these pitches before. He wants to, reestablish we have a special relationship, and next to France are one of our oldest allies, and obviously most important allies in the 20th century. But it's going to be looks like a relatively quick meeting. I think we'll get plenty of access to the president today.
Now, Mike, I wanted to bring you on. There's this, shall we say, very lead-full piece in Politico talking about how Democrat AGs and their sort of lackeys are all having these 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I guess they have to be able to watch War Room. Phone calls, Zoom meetings where they're planning the resistance. I wanted to bring you on to sort of walk through what exactly they're planning, and just generally the lawfare strategy, how the Trump administration has been successful pushing back this far.
President Trump campaigned on the fact he's going to hire Elon Musk, set up Doge, cut government waste, fraud, and abuse, secure our border, deport illegal immigrants the hell back to wherever third world dump they came from. And the American people liked what they heard, and they gave President Trump a broad electoral mandate on November 5th. 312.
Yeah, man, it's actually from last year, so I didn't even know that. What the hell,
Welcome to the capital of Ireland in 2026, a country running budget surpluses, yet more than 17,000 people are officially homeless, including thousands of children. Families trapped in hotel rooms for months, workers sleeping in cars after full shifts. Emergency accommodation is overflowing, services are overwhelmed, people are dying on the streets without ever securing a permanent home. Walk through parts of Dublin and you'll see it. Tents, addiction, rising street disorder. This isn't just bad luck, this is policy failure, and it's unfolding in plain sight. So what's really going on? How did it get this bad? And what does it actually look like on the ground? Let's take a closer look.
Right, so I'm with these lads here, and these basically, you're a group of friends, right? That
Just
you're
a group
running
of friends, yeah.
And you're running this, it's basically you're giving out food to people on the streets of Dublin.
Yep.
And you've been in Dublin now yourself for how long?
Me, nearly 30 years.
Nearly 30 years. So you've experienced, I suppose, the slow or rapid, I guess many people will say it's rapid decline of the streets of Dublin.
Very rapid.
There's a lot of people that are in very bad situations.
Especially in the past 5 years.
Past 5 years.
We set this up just after the lockdown started in 2020. We've been going ever since, every Saturday.
Yeah.
Every Saturday, 12:30 to 1 o'clock, we set up here, and we just do what we can for them, because at the time parcels we do. When we find out some of our homeless friends are having a birthday, we give them.
Yeah.
Just to cheer them up a bit, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%. So in your opinion now, since about 2019, 2020, that's when things have really started rapidly accelerating. So a lot of the stuff during the lockdowns, obviously, it destroyed a lot of people's mental health, and you can see that here. A lot of it's happened in my family as well, and it's just horrible to see. And I think the numbers,
even the normal people who had things together, it affected their heads. So you can only, it's very hard to imagine how these homeless people felt, you know?
Do you guys have a name, the organisation? Do you have a name for this?
We're just the Garden of Remembrance Volunteers.
Brilliant.
Are you collecting food or funding somehow?
We fund it ourselves out of our own pockets.
Yeah. Somebody wants to.
If someone wants to give, they're more than welcome, you know, but we don't actually go out and fundraise because we don't want any backlash from anyone else saying we're not using the funds properly. So if we fund it out of our own pockets, no one can come and tell me how I can feed my children, you know, so they can't tell me how I can share my food with my friends.
So if somebody wanted to get involved, just show up on Saturdays here at the Garden of Remembrance.
Just come along, if you want to bring some food to donate or bring some clothes to donate, it'd be lovely to anybody out there that wants to help. It would be greatly appreciated by the homeless community.
Is it every Saturday at this time?
Every Saturday between 12:30 and 2 o'clock.
Brilliant. How many people usually do you see come and go on the Saturdays? Is it usually about...
me and my missus, we do the washing up, and we know we wash between 60 and 70 plates. And that's without all the... We do piles of... You feel like it's all gone. There was piles of sandwiches, piles, all sorts of stuff.
Brilliant. Crisps, everything.
We do what we can.
Unbelievable. Oh, fair play to you.
It just gives them that little bit of something, you know, just a little bit of something. Yeah. They might not be getting it.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Some of them have hostels, but they don't get fed in the hostels, most of them.
I've heard as well that a lot of the hostels and stuff like that, they're pretty sketchy places sometimes as well. A lot of shady stuff.
What's up?
And, it's not like the hostels.
Good morning, it's Friday.
I don't know if you ever done hostels back in the day, but the hostels of today are, you go in at night, you get a bed in a dormitory, in the morning you're gone. You can't knock it because otherwise they'll be on the streets.
Exactly.
Which is really bad. But
and you find that a lot of the people that you meet, a lot of times they're just looking to be humanised. They just want conversation. And it's even more than a lot of the times they just want, because people will say, they're just abusing or they're doing anything to get the next hit or anything like that. A lot of times it's just, you just need to humanise the people and have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
What you're doing here is really, really nice to see, because I've seen it myself. I left here in 2021 during the lockdowns, so it's like me and my partner's first time back here in 4 years, and I just can't believe what it looks like. It's a different world. Even in just 4 years, it's so sad. I really appreciate your time, though.
No, you're welcome.
And if people do want to support us, that's what we're hoping to do.
If anyone's out there and they want to pop down on a Saturday afternoon and give us a little dig out, donate some food or volunteer or do a little clothing collection in your area.
I'm just going off to drop off this delivery that I picked up for a guy in Staples. That's where I'm at right now. But I think I'm going to have to shoot my phone off because the sunlight's getting too hot.
These are the types of things that are going to help people survive. A lot of times, especially this time of the year because of the weather, you have people dying on the streets. It's a very regular occurrence now, believe it or not, in Dublin. So, yeah, these guys are doing God's work at the moment, and it's great to see it. Thanks so much.
We are doing God's work. We're all good Christians.
Yeah. My Garden of Remembrance as well. Yeah, same with myself. Yeah.
Keeps me safe.
Thanks a million for chatting.
You're welcome, brother.
Thanks, man. How long have you been sleeping? Yeah. A few years. Yeah, on and off. How do you feel like you're being looked after by the Irish government?
No. They do nothing for you.
They do nothing for you?
No.
You feel like, you dropped your hat there?
Yeah, you look at foreign people, you don't look at their own people.
So you think the Irish people are they're brave?
Well, some people do. I don't. I fight outside the Garlic station. Yeah.
Unreal.
Mad, you know,
So right now we're outside of Pierce. Mountains of garbage and other stuff. And this is actually the place where Natasha, around 40 years old, a woman, was found dead inside of a tent, sleeping rough. And that is the current state of what's going on. Last to everyone when it comes.
Assume not, but I'm gonna have a look. I actually just looked it up, just the hostel that we walked past there. You can actually still book yourself into a room in that hostel, so it's kind of a mix of, I suppose, asylum seekers, homeless people, people that accidentally booked a room in that hostel, and now it's just a mix of people in one beautiful hostel. It's a lovely hostel.
Smart as shit. Two Muslim guys at the back started screaming, pickpocket, pickpocket. They were robbing this 80-year-old woman in the city beside me.
Robbing her, yeah. 80-year-old woman.
I shouted them off the bus. And they were just kind of going like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We got photos of them and put them online. It says, you know, watch out for the pickpocket. They're rampant, the pickpocket in Dublin is rampant. In particular on the Dart and the Lewis. Because you're so condensed, you can't feel or getting on and off buses or getting on and off.
It's like a tin of sardines, you're all pressed together.
You wouldn't feel a hand in your pocket.
Yeah.
I saw a guy, I was on the Lewis.
Hey, what's up, OG? How you doing, man? I'm gonna head down to Tijuana today. I gotta go to the dentist. Get my crowns.
I was trying to note to him and pretend he was the granddad. I was going, Granddad, how's it going? And he was looking at me going, what? I knew she was going to rob the phone.
Yeah.
Right behind
I'm
me.
listening to Two Mad Explorers on YouTube.
As soon as her hand touches that phone, no one is going to stop that.
Yeah.
It's a nice, beautiful day out today. We did take a road trip, actually.
So he got robbed in front of me, and I was
Debating whether I should take the bus or I should.
They're all carrying
I take the train or should I take? Or should I drive? Driving is faster coming back at night.
Before you get your camera
It's
back.
kind of more
And
convenient.
it's rampant. Halfpenny Bridge.
The only thing is the traffic going down around Friday night.
It's just outrageous.
This laneway looks mad sketchy.
I think there's somebody selling drugs.
Right now, guys, we're on Moore Street. This street, throughout history here in Dublin, was filled with fruit vendors, vegetable vendors, local Irish people. A lot of times they're women selling things like flowers, and it's always usually sort of like the central pulse. This is where like the real sort of pulse of the city centre is. Nowadays, at the moment, in 2026,
you see the one that I put up of Asmund Gold?
We haven't been here now in 4 years, and in that short space of time,
I see what you're saying on WhatsApp.
Literally, Mama She, the pride of African cuisine, and every single store here is non-Irish. Phone shops that are run by Chinese, Indians, non-native Irish people. This entire street has quite literally just done a 180-degree flip from being a charming marketplace to something very, very different. Where's the food you're selling? What country is it coming from? Nigeria. Nice. Tasty food? Very tasty. Yeah. Very tasty. Oh, nice. They're nice people. But it's basically slap bang in the middle of... You would probably remember, right? Moore Street growing up. But this is a place where, you'd buy fireworks for Halloween. Usually it would be filled with Irish vendors, like typically a lot of women selling things like fruit, flowers.
And there's a lot of people selling stuff out on the streets.
They're all closed right now.
Valentine's
They're actually
Day.
probably, a lot of them are permanently closed, isn't that right? Like, it's completely changed.
This whole street is Oriental, African, Polish, chopsticks.
Yeah.
These are all
Asian phone shops.
And black hair braiding kind of thing. Asian spices, Japanese.
Brazilian churro like tent.
This is very historic. This is 1916.
Literally part of the Irish Rising, the 1916 Rising right here.
76 building. Then we're going to knock it to make an arch. But this whole street in particular at night is just deal in bulk, one product.
Yeah.
And they can fill their skirts, absolutely fill their skirts full of the one product, and the kids can't. They sell them to Indian companies who have no direct connection with the company that sells the product, and they sell them in bulk.
Yeah.
So these guys, these are Roma as well here. These are the gang bosses.
Yeah.
These
lads up ahead here.
The main boss will have a huge crucifix, very visible in the centre of his chest, and he'll be in charge of these guys.
Okay. So it's quite literally like organised petty crime, and this has been a thing that's been happening in Dublin for a long time, especially around here. But now more than ever, it's very visible. Like, they do it right in front of your face. No one cares. And the police do absolutely nothing because they're already overwhelmed like the rest of the services here in Dublin. And this here is the portal. It's actually really famous here in Dublin. And you can look into other cities. And it's basically like an ongoing live stream that goes between multiple different cities at once, and Dublin being one of them. It's currently live streaming over to Vilnius, of all places, in Lithuania. But just be careful when you come here. If you're standing around, a lot of tourists will come here and stand around. A lot of people use this as an opportunity to pickpocket the tourists. So please watch yourself if you're going to come here and stare at this or do anything in front of it. Make sure to check around your surroundings, because a lot of times people from Roma communities and other types of people will come and try and reach into the pockets of a lot of the tourists specifically, because they know that they're carrying cash usually for things like tours and stuff like that.
That actually, it looks like bullet holes. God bless you, yes.
Folks, this is Nikita. She's very close to my heart. She's had me. I had some heavy camera equipment, and Nikita stood in and kind of went, "This is Bob Trotter, he's okay," and I've known her since. And she's stuck in this loop where, other than not being able to get housing, you can't access treatment immediately from the streets. There could be a 7 or 8 week wait, in which case people on the substances, it has to be
Amazing. Congratulations.
So happy for you.
That's really great news. Yeah. How long has it been now that you've actually been on the streets for?
Altogether, on and off, I'm homeless on the streets 22 years.
22 years.
That's
and then,
on and off.
On and off. Okay. And do you have family?
I
do. You have children yourself?
I have one boy and 2 girls. My
one boy, 2 girls.
Boy, he's 22.
22.
I have a 20-year-old daughter and I have a 10-year-old daughter.
And what's the situation? I don't want you. What's the situation with them? Are they all right? Are they?
They're actually good. They're at a good age, as you know, and thank God my family have them.
Yeah,
nice. I'm blessed.
How do you feel, Dublin? I'm asking a lot of people this, and I feel like everyone has the same answer at the moment. What direction do you feel that Dublin is going in the last 10 years? Do you feel it's getting worse on the streets?
It's getting really, really worse.
You feel like it's gotten less safe for you? Have you had any trouble on the street?
I've had a little bit of trouble, like kids pushing their friends in on top of me and me.
Right.
You know, a man came to me the other day with a glass bottle and smashed it. And he had a yard shovel as well, and he was going around baiting it off the poles and baiting it off everything. So that was a scary situation for me. And normally, as you heard I have a lot of respect on the streets.
Yeah.
And normally they
people know to stay away from
leave
you.
me alone or not do anything to me. But this was a travelling man, and there was just no talking to him.
Yeah.
So I just went in, sit my tent back up, and just let him go instead of causing.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, keep the peace.
And you were saying that you're kind of stuck in this vicious circle.
It's like a loop.
You know, substance abuse, or maybe being on the street trying to find treatment, but then kind of going in and out of this circle.
Well, at the start of the year, last year, I was kind of like, I'll be out straight with you. I was kind of happy to use substances, and I didn't think I would have made it to treatment. But just a couple of months before Christmas, a new person started coming around and walking around like he works for the homeless. And he gave me a different outlook on life, and it changed my mind straight away.
Gave you some hope.
I put my name down for treatment, and at the minute now I am all go for this.
Oh, happy days. So you feel like there's a new sense of hope in your life now?
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Do you think that the government, the Irish government, has done much to help you over the years?
Brought out and shot. And let's be honest with you. And I'm not racist whatsoever in one bit, but look, yes,
they're putting the Irish people last, aren't they?
They are. They are.
Every person that we're seeing on the streets is Irish. Every person that we come across at the moment is Irish. And then we go down to different areas like Gardiner Street and where some of maybe the iPass centres are, and it's full of foreigners. They all have beautiful hotel rooms. They're all in very nice places. They all have brand new iPhones. Some of them have houses. So how does that like? Do people talk about this much on the street?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it ticks us all off. They're all putting it down to the government, though. They're all putting it down to the government. We can't get them because they're in them, you know.
And the government keeps saying that they're building these new places, and then they're just filling them with
foreign people, yes.
Not Irish people.
No, even Colin McGregor done it.
Colin McGregor did it as well.
I know, it was video recorded.
Here's something I'm gathering from your photographs that I saw. So what you're coming out with now, people could go, they're racist. But do you have a half-caste child?
I have a mixed race child. She is half Nigerian, so I am far from racist. I just like my Irish people.
And just to touch on another thing, a very important thing, and a really sad thing as well, is the deaths on the streets. Literally over the last 10 days or so, there's been how many people that have died?
In the last 10 days, there has been 6 people found taken out of tents. There is currently only 4 that we all know about, but there is 6 bodies. 2 are actually they haven't been claimed yet, so they don't know who they are or what. And there was a 40-year-old man taken from a tent in the Phoenix Park. There was a man found over in Thomas Street. There was a 40-year-old lady taken out of a tent at Store Street Garda Station, and then there was also a young lady taken from Pear Street out of the tent.
That was Natasha, wasn't it?
Smith, yeah.
And she was only around 40 as well, isn't that right?
She was indeed. It is sad because it's just, they're actually, some of them are dying of the cold. They're not dying of drugs or anything. Like, my tents were taken away by the corporation. I come back and my 2 tents were gone with everything in it, all my belongings. Do you know I had to go and tap €40 to go and buy a new tent?
Just to get a new tent?
Because they won't give, like Brother Luke's only gives 1 tent. Most of the other places are actually stopping.
It's crazy.
There was a guy on the streets as well that He had the only fault, because they're taking the tents, everything in them, or else just spilling the stuff on the road and taking the tents. The guy had the only photograph he had of his mother who passed was in that tent, and that was taken away by the DCC. They pull up in these red vans and they sit around waiting until people leave the tents, and then they come out and they take the tent.
If somebody says something against it, like for example, if another homeless person comes and defends your property, they're like, don't touch it, or what do the people say?
Okay, so my friend came along and they were taking the tents away, so I know the girl that owns this. He said, Nikita, do you need anything over? And the guard and the two corporation men told him, you don't go, I know you're correct. You don't go near that tent. You can't touch nothing inside it. Yeah. And he actually said, look, you have a home to go to. She doesn't. That's all her stuff. And he said, well, it's all going in the bin. And literally up into the bin and upstairs. So, yeah, everything.
How do you justify that as like the council here? How do you...
You can't.
I don't know, maybe you have insights because you have a case.
What strikes me
is it for cleaning purposes? Or like
what strikes, because they say everyone's using inside them. What strikes me is that the asylum seekers can go once a day and get a new tent. I won't mention where. They can get a
but then you know where why before.
They're not broke into it, but they left dirty syringes around.
Oh no.
So mainly that was one of the reasons why, but I wasn't there. So
they tried to say that you were using it.
They could have even waited until I come back.
Yeah.
But no, so that is a little bit of a reason why they were taken.
Right.
Nikita wouldn't use syringes. She doesn't use
no.
those.
8.5 years clean off
clean.
them needles and off heroin, and very soon I'll be clean off everything.
Hey.
Good on you.
It will.
Of course it will.
Because you know why? Because I fucking make it happen.
Yeah. It was a pleasure chatting to you. Thank you so much.
Great to meet you.
You too.
And you go ahead.
By the name of Chris, and we're actually on Thomas Street right now. The Liberty Super Run is operating here at the moment, and they actually go in this van, the Liberty Super Run van, all over the city to help the homeless of Ireland. I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear me, guys, because it's absolutely lashing rain, heavy rain. It's freezing cold on the streets of Dublin right now as well. But all of these homeless people are coming out here. It's not even that busy at the moment, but there's a couple hundred homeless that are here. They're getting food, and there's donations and everything else alongside of it. And this is basically completely run, self-funded through charitable donations, clothing and everything else. Right, guys, so I'm here with Chris, the man himself. He's the guy who's running the operation here at Liberty Super Run. And how many years have you guys been operating on the streets of Dublin?
I think close to 8 years now.
Close to 8 years?
Yeah.
So, you guys are completely self-funded, is that right?
Self-funded, yeah. It's all public donations, yeah.
Public donations.
Yeah, all self-funded.
And you're getting a lot of help off people. I see that you have bags full of stuff over there.
Yeah,
people
so
sending in
people
jackets.
have been just incredible. I don't know what it is about Dublin and the people in Dublin. Just like giving, you know. I was over Liverpool the weekend and, you know, just talking to other guys with experience over there. You don't get as much as the Irish would give, you know. And I don't know what it is about Ireland. It's not urge, you know, giving. I think that like we never want for them. Anything we want for the homeless we get, you know, through social media, you know, post and share.
Brilliant.
We are, yeah.
And you guys are on the streets how many days a week is it?
So we used to be 7 days a week, but due to full-time jobs and tiredness and everything else, we're down to 5 days a week now.
Okay.
So we operate Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and Saturday and Sunday we are still doing bits and pieces, running around collecting stuff.
Do you have an idea of an average of how many people that you see every night? Like, is it hundreds? Is it how many people are you serving? There's no way of really guessing it.
There's no way of really guessing it, you know. I think Gary gave us an estimate there. I think it was in 6 months or something. We have plastic bags, so these white plastic bags. Yeah. Gary done a count. I think in a couple of months, 6,000 bags we gave out. So in a couple of months,
yeah. So you're doing serious work.
Yeah, you put around the van, you could see 10 people. When you go around the van, you can see 100 people.
Yeah.
All depends.
Another thing I wanted to ask you about is obviously in the last sort of 2 weeks, there's been a huge spike in deaths on the street. People passing away. It's heartbreaking. Like, I think actually in the last 2 weeks there's probably been it's almost close to 10 people I think that's passed away on the streets. And have you, like, we were over on Pier Street there yesterday speaking to some of the people that are sleeping rough, and they were willing to talk to us, and it's unbelievable. Like, yeah, Natasha, she was over just outside Pier Street Garda Station. She was only around.
I'm gonna cut the stream out, guys, and I'll start later again. See ya.